Throughout World War II, animals played a crucial role in military operations. While Nazi propaganda portrayed a mechanized German blitzkrieg, in reality, most of the German army's artillery was horse-drawn. Beyond horses, a diverse range of animals, including pack mules, carrier pigeons, camels, and Finnish reindeer, served in various military capacities. But among all military animals, dogs proved to be the most versatile. They carried out tasks such as message delivery, patrolling, guarding, tracking, mine detection, search and rescue, and, in some extreme cases, even anti-tank operations. The British Royal Army Veterinary Corps favoured the Alsatian, another name for the German Shepherd, but also used Dobermans, Airedales, and Rottweilers. Over time, they found that pedigree was less important than temperament and intelligence. Even mixed breeds with Alsatian ancestry performed admirably. The US Marine Corps in the Pacific exclusively preferred the Doberman Pinscher, earning the breed the nickname Devil Dogs, a name originally given to the Marines by the Germans in World War I. The Doberman Pinscher Club of America even organised a recruitment drive to supply the Marines with war dogs. The US Army Quartermaster Corps initially accepted over 30 dog breeds for military service. However, by 1944, testing revealed that Great Danes were too large to train effectively, while hunting breeds were too easily distracted by scents. The final preferred breeds were German Shepherds, Belgian Sheepdogs, Doberman Pinschers, Farm Collies, Siberian Huskies, and Eskimo dogs.
Charlie, that's the guy I looked after till he joined the army, comes home on furlough, see, and says to me, "Jake, how about you joining up?" Well, being a civilian dog ain't such great shakes anymore, so I am not averse to the suggestion. And there we are down at the induction station. I meet the characters I'm to be living with from now on. Some of them are okay. Some not too great, and some, well, a little mushy business right at the end. But anyhow, before you know it, you're shoved into the medics for your physical. Right away, I find out that this dog's army ain't gonna be no flea circus. Uh-oh. Here's strictly a 4F character. And I understand he had flat paws besides. But you usually get through all right. And after you pass your gun-shy test, it's over to supply for your equipment, which is consisting of a GI collar. You get your name on it and on your dog tags, and then they fit them together, fasten it up, and brother, you're really in the army.
The German army considered German Shepherds the master race of war dogs, with over half of their military dogs belonging to this breed. However, Dobermans and other breeds were also used, but in smaller numbers. The German army ran rigorous 8-week training programs, evaluating 6-month-old dogs on various challenges such as crossing ditches, climbing stairs, entering dark rooms, and ignoring gunfire. Any sign of fear resulted in immediate rejection. The Allies followed a similar process, with gun shyness eliminating about a third of candidates. Basic sentry dog training lasted 6 to 8 weeks, while specialised training took up to 12 weeks. In the US Army, war dogs belonged to the Canine Corps, managed by the Quartermaster Services. Training schools across the country followed the official US Army Manual, Technical Manual TM 10-396, War Dogs, dated July 1, 1943. The British trained their dogs under the Royal Army Veterinary Corps, drawing expertise from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who had extensive experience training police dogs before the war. Dog handlers were also carefully selected. They had to be friendly, patient, and genuinely like dogs, as dogs could sense a handler's attitude, affecting their performance. German dog trainers, called Hundfreunde, received almost as much training as the dogs themselves. The most common and vital role for war dogs was as messengers. The Germans selected only the smartest dogs for this job. They even used a root beer-scented trail to help dogs learn to navigate routes. The British and American approach was different. Each messenger dog had 2 handlers. One stayed at headquarters, while the other moved forward to the destination. The dog, once familiar with both handlers, could reliably carry messages between them. Messenger dogs could cover distances of up to 8 miles, though the Germans recorded one exceptional case where a dog named Caesar ran 10.5 miles in 32 minutes. While speed was important, reliability was paramount, as dogs were always faster than human runners. During the Italian campaign, messenger dogs proved invaluable when mountainous terrain made wire communications difficult. Some even helped pull telephone wires up steep inclines, a task too difficult for human soldiers.
All the realism of combat is simulated, but the messenger dog won't be steered off his course and reaches the patrol safely. The life-saving ammunition is ready for instant use. By employing the scout and messenger dogs to advantage, the patrol carries out a successful mission. The carrier pigeon helps us illustrate another job the messenger dog can handle. 2 pigeons go into a carrier specially designed by the Quartermaster Corps, and the explanation is clear. The homing pigeon is naturally just that, a one-way messenger flying from field to home. As the dog is a 2-way messenger, he can be used to transport the pigeons to the tactical unit operating away from the home base. The harnessing of the birds to the dog's back is very simple. By now, you've noticed the attention given to the dog's collar. It is important, for he's been trained to recognize it as his cue to run from one master to the other. Thus, the dog collar plays a major role in the successful use of the messenger dog. Incidentally, both masters have undergone careful training with the dog, and they alone handle his every operation.
When associating dogs with combat roles, and typically today seen in use extensively by special forces in Afghanistan, patrol dogs, as they were known to the British, were known as tracker dogs to the Germans and scouts to the US. They were trained to move 30 to 40 yards ahead of human patrols, detecting enemy forces in complete silence. Upon sensing danger, the dog would either freeze and point or return to its handler. The level of the dog's excitement indicated approximately how close the enemy was. The US Marines praised scout dogs, stating that they gave early warnings of enemy presence, which saved many lives in the Pacific Theatre. Guard dogs were widely used by both the Axis and Allies to protect command posts, airfields, and supply depots. The US Army found that a 3-man team with a sentry dog was more effective than a 6-man patrol. In the Pacific, where Japanese soldiers were skilled infiltrators, sentry dogs detected intrusions that human guards often missed. In Nazi concentration camps, the SS used viciously trained German Shepherds to terrorize prisoners, ensuring no escape. Heinrich Himmler, the head of the SS, personally endorsed their use, comparing them to sheepdogs controlling a flock. Perhaps the most bizarre and gruesome use of dogs in World War II was the Soviet dog mine program. With few anti-tank weapons in 1942, Soviet forces trained dogs to run under German tanks with mines strapped to their backs. The mines detonated upon contact, theoretically destroying the tank. However, training flaws in the Soviet system led to tragic failures. Many dogs, confused by battlefield chaos, ran under the Soviet tanks instead. Once the Germans learned about the tactic, they sadly shot all dogs on sight. The idea was quickly abandoned, though the Viet Minh reportedly attempted similar tactics against the French in Indochina in the 1950s. First aid dogs were crucial on the Eastern Front, searching for wounded soldiers among the dead. German medical dogs ignored standing or walking men, instead locating the wounded and leading medics back to them. In Britain, search and rescue dogs were used extensively on the home front to locate civilians buried under the rubble after Luftwaffe bombing raids. One of World War II's most famous war dogs was Chips, a Shepherd Collie Husky mix in the US 3rd Infantry Division. During the invasion of Sicily in 1943, Chips single-handedly attacked a German machine gun nest, forcing the crew to surrender, despite being wounded in the fight. Dogs played a vital role in World War II, serving as messengers, scouts, sentries, rescuers, and even anti-tank weapons. Their bravery, loyalty, and service saved countless lives, securing their place as a vital asset in military history. If you've enjoyed this World War II Wayfinder episode about military working dogs and their role during World War II, and would like to support the channel, then please consider joining my YouTube membership page or my Patreon. This is an independent project, and your support means a great deal to me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.